Labor laws are designed to offer employees with adequate minimum labor standards, including gain access to collective voice and representation in establishing work conditions. One of the best means of collective representation of working conditions which provide decent labor standards is through collective bargaining. What is collective bargaining? Collective bargaining is the process by which wages and conditions of employment are settled by negotiations between employers or associations of employers and workers' organizations. According to Summers, collective bargaining is the continuous relationship between an employer and a designated labor organization representing a specific unit of employees for the purpose of negotiating written terms of employment. It is one method whereby trade unions could maintain and improve their members' terms and conditions of employment. Hence, the main objective of collective bargaining is to represent employees on employment matters. Why is collective bargaining important? It aims to improve the working and living conditions of thousands of workers and their families, and to reduce the incidence of industrial action by establishing mechanisms to resolve labor disputes. The agreement will improve the working and living conditions of workers and their families, namely by giving workers better representation through the union. As for the employers, the agreement establishes mechanisms for resolving disputes at both the factory and sectoral level by providing employers with an authorized and representative partner with whom to negotiate. It is anticipated that these mechanisms will help reduce the incidence of industrial action such as strikes. These conditions will give the sector a leg up by fostering a more positive working environment and creating labor peace, which will boost morale and productivity. Negotiation. Negotiation is a discussion to settle disputes and reach agreements between two or more sides. Negotiation is a give-and-take process resulting in a compromise where each side makes a concession for the benefit of everyone involved. It is a bargaining process between two or more parties seeking to discover a common ground and reach an agreement to settle a matter of mutual concern or resolve a conflict. What is the importance of negotiation? Negotiation is a discussion to settle disputes and reach agreements between two or more sides. Negotiation is a give-and-take process resulting in a compromise where each side makes a concession for the benefit of everyone involved. It is a bargaining process between two or more parties, each with its own aims, needs, and viewpoints, seeking to discover a common ground and reach an agreement to settle a matter of mutual concern or resolve a conflict. Timeline of collective bargaining. In 1948, the United Mine Workers of America negotiated the first employer-sponsored pension and health program jointly administered by employers and the UMWA. In the late 40s and throughout the 1950s, the United Packing House Workers of America made racial and gender issues a focus of their union efforts. In 1950, the UAW negotiated the very first ever cost of living adjustment linked to productivity increases at GM. In 1962, the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees won government employees in the state of Wisconsin the right to collective bargaining. Prior to this ruling, no other state in the country recognized the right to collective bargaining for public workers. In 1977, members of District 65 UAW in the Clerical Bargaining Unit at Barnard College negotiated a no sexual harassment clause in their 1977 contract. In 1979, from the small beginning, the issue went national as the UAW won language with Ford and Chrysler in 1979. In 1982, UAW districts successfully won progressive language around a domestic partner rights in their contract with the Village Voice. The contract used the term spouse equivalent and protected lesbian and gay people not legally permitted to marry, as well as heterosexual couples who, for a variety of reasons, choose not to marry. The development of trends in collective bargaining are Coverage, level of collective bargaining, bargaining in the public sector largely staying at the same level, and forms of bargaining. However, the development of trends in negotiations are not merely closing the deal. The stage has to set for a long-term relationship. Deals which look excellent do not work as per agreed norms. A view has to be taken about the practical implementation of the deal.